Once someone told me, find a job you love and you'll never have to work a day in your life. Honestly, that's not true because making a living from your passion keeps you up at night. Literally, it motivates you to work 12 hours a day, often without days off, and not to stop until your body can't take it anymore. Especially if you're a travel blogger on social media, which nowadays is so fleeting and demands more attention and content creation than ever. Of course, don't get me wrong, because I wouldn't change what I do for absolutely anything in the world.
For the past year, we've been looking for a new way to travel, taking strangers to explore countries they've dreamed of and maybe didn't dare to visit on their own. Maybe they just needed that final push, or simply, after watching our videos, they felt motivated. It was a way that allowed us to slow down the pace of our posts a little. That's why what you're about to see next you haven't seen on Instagram, because we've decided to post as little as possible over there. To be more present and dedicate most of our time to taking care of our travelers and experiencing this destination.
At first, we saw it as an additional source of income. What we didn't know was that we were going to fall in love with this way of traveling, of accompanying people to overcome their fears, listening to life-changing stories, and above all, bringing travelers together, with the same purpose, to expand their comfort zone.
This trip and this video will be a little more special than usual. Because not only did we bring together Venezuelans scattered around the world, coming from Australia to Venezuela, passing through Sweden, Argentina, and Chile, but we were also joined by a beautiful Colombian couple who showed us that the borders between our countries are more of a geographic boundary than anything else. Because we share tastes and traditions that make us more than just neighbors, we're like brothers.
In this video, we will be exploring our second favorite country in the world out of the 72 we know, of course, after Venezuela, a destination that offers everything we love in one trip. Abundant nature, home to the Big Five, a diversity of landscapes, from white sand deserts to tepuis, adrenaline in different levels and forms, and very, very delicious food.
Get ready to laugh, to cry, to learn a bit about their culture, and to join us as we show them a bit of ours. For the next 50 minutes, I promise you will fall in love with one of the most fascinating countries on planet Earth. Without further ado, welcome to South Africa.
This is how our home in South Africa, Savona, welcomes us. Savona, hi Indiani, yeah? Yeah, Savona, Indiani.
Look!
How beautiful. We're arriving with our group on our third guided trip in South Africa at the Makongo camp. Wow. It just happens to be sunset and here the whole team is welcoming us. How are you, Casey? Good. How are you? Good. And you? Good. Welcome back, my friend. Thank you, Niabonga. What do you have, Manny?
Why are you crying? Please don't make me cry anymore.
Why are you crying?
Because it means so much to me to be here.
Are you fulfilling your dream of coming to Africa? Something? Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye. Should we go that way to welcome people? Congratulations.
Thank you. Do you want to say something?
To say something? Well, we're here now. This couldn't be more real, but I want to ask you all to say something brief about what you want to give thanks for. So we're going to start here to give you some time.
No, for life, for being alive, mainly for being alive, for my health, and because I'm not only here with the love of my life, but also with the other two new loves of my life.
I want to give thanks, basically because despite everything and when we're here, life allowed us to come. The timing worked out perfectly. Everything just fell into place. I'm sure it's because something beautiful is waiting for us. So I'm very grateful for that, and also for meeting all of you, because you all seem wonderful and truly good people.
Well, I mean, it's beyond a dream come true, you know? When you're little, you say, I wish that someday... Well, I'm here living that someday and celebrating such an important year for me, and with a vibe and energy that couldn't be more perfect. I mean, I couldn't be more grateful to God and to life.
That's how it is.
Honestly.
After a few words from each of our travelers and many shared tears, we showed them the facilities of this Venezuelan camp in South Africa and got ready for dinner. Wow. Look at this beautiful room they renovated this year. This was actually our room last year and they completely remodeled it. Look how nice it is. And now it has a little patio where we can go out. Imagine a leopard lying there, or a lion. How beautiful. I love it so much, I've told you about it endlessly. This camp belongs to Venezuelans whose farms were expropriated in Venezuela and they decided to invest in another country. So they came to South Africa and this camp is just beautiful. I am really happy to bring groups here every year because I promote and will keep promoting this until the end of my days. Projects. From small ventures to big ones, businesses run by Venezuelans both in Venezuela and spread around the world. If you watched the previous video, we were in Lombok at the villa of a Venezuelan in Indonesia, and now we're in South Africa at the safari camp of another Venezuelan. And it's great that they've decided to keep investing, to keep growing. And last year, well, this room was already very nice, but they renovated it and now it's 10 times nicer. Here's another one of the rooms, and over here is the little lobby. See how beautifully they welcome us with our Venezuelan flag? Here's a little snack room. These little cakes are delicious. Water, look. And well, over here is another sitting room. You have to go see our room. Why? They renovated it. Oh, let's go see it. Oh. Oh, damn. I want to formally welcome you to this video because even though I've recorded some very emotional things, we've had some really wonderful experiences. I hadn't been able to start it because honestly, we really haven't stopped. We're 2 days into our third guided group in South Africa and our 6th overall. Because we already ran 2 trips to South Africa last year, 2 to Finland at the beginning of this year, and 1 to Japan. And now we're doing South Africa, then Namibia, and then South Africa again. Without a doubt, this is our second favorite country in the world and the best place where we've decided to do guided trips. We've had wonderful experiences, and I'm sure this is just the beginning of another great and amazing experience. With this small group of Venezuelans scattered around the world, and Colombians too, who decided to join this adventure, honestly, the trip started yesterday. Everyone arrived in Johannesburg, we met there and went to an adrenaline park. You know, that's the kind of thing I like, to experience bungee jumping at an abandoned thermoelectric power plant. There we climbed up to a 75-meter bridge and jumped into the abyss. And then we did an activity called free fall. Basically, they lift you up with a crane, put a harness on you, and then let you go, and you're literally flying. But look, here's the video. We're entering the place where they do the highest free fall in the world. Basically, they lift you up with a harness, then they literally let you go without a rope or anything, and you fall into a net, and it's crazy. You know, we're crazy, and that's what we're going to do. Route. The battle cry. Let's go, hell yeah. 3, 2, 1, woo! After all that adrenaline, we went to a little restaurant and then to sleep because this morning we left really early. From Johannesburg to Magudu, where Makongo Hills is located, the camp where we do safaris with our groups, but we don't just do safaris on this trip through South Africa. So since I already gave you a little preview of what we've done, let's keep going. Look how beautiful the camp is at night. I already showed you the room, and now look. Over here we have a little campfire that's already a bit out. Over there is the whole group, and look what we have here. Hey, how are you, chef? Do you remember me? Yes, I remember. Good morning. Yes, how are you, Trevor? Everything good? Good, back in Africa again. Thank you, my friend. This is Trevor, our safari guide, and the other guy, whose name I can't remember, is the camp's chef. Today they're making us a braai, which is what they call a barbecue here in Africa, and it's the most traditional food in South Africa. That's how they always welcome friends, how they share by making a little barbecue. But are there any game animals? Of course, the big five, like, I don't know, lion, elephant, buffalo. Well, buffalo hunting is allowed, but not leopard or rhinoceros. But there are many antelopes that can be hunted, like the kudu, nyala, impala, and additionally, well, there are some beers, some wine. All of this is part of the trip with Dos Locos de Viaje to South Africa. Okay, I already found out, and what we have is wild boar, popularly known as pumba. This is the little animal we're going to eat today, with chicken and meat. And well, these are some vegetable skewers, because we also have some vegetarians. And look, what a delicious Greek salad. Over here we have a potato salad. What is this, Casey? It's tomato and onion. Oh, that's delicious. Like a little tomato and onion sauce. Over here we have, what? What is this? This is grits or mili meal. We call it putu. Yeah, I remember. It's like a dough that people typically eat here. And over here we also have something like a little bread made with corn. Look, tonight's dinner is going to be wonderful. We have a task.
No, please. Well, I don't know, maybe it's a decision.
Personal. Exactly.
Well, we're going to give you some blank sheets and a pen, with the intention that on that sheet you write whatever comes to you, whatever you feel. It can be a thank you, it can be letting something go. Because the idea is that with this sheet we put it in the fire. And for us, fire is a messenger of life. It's a way to connect this world with what exists beyond, with whatever you believe in, God, energies, the universe, Pachamama. So it's going to be very personal. No, I won't tell you what to write. Just write from your heart. Whatever you feel needs to be sent there, do it, and then together we'll sit down so that it reaches where it needs to go.
No one is going to read them or anything. It's just to burn them so you can write whatever you want. Viajeros, con ese amanecer tan espectacular, iniciamos nuestro primer safari. ¿Cómo están, chicos? Nos separamos en dos carros. La mitad del grupo se va con uno, la mitad del grupo se viene conmigo. Y así ellos se van radiando. Nuestro guía de esta vez será Busi. How are you? Good?
I'm okay, what's up?
Great. Miren qué belleza de amanecer. O sea, en mi cabeza está sonando la canción del Rey León ahorita, así espectacular. Hasta el reflejo en el carro de los colores del amanecer. Y bueno, vamos a ver con qué nos sorprende la naturaleza. Ustedes saben que al final estamos en la mitad de la naturaleza, no sabemos qué vamos a ver, pero tenemos muy buena vibra, estamos muy emocionados. We were driving slowly and the guide was told over the radio that there had been some kind of sighting. He doesn't want to tell us what it was because I think that's part of the safari experience. It's about not getting your hopes up, but as you can see, it's good. We're going a little faster than usual actually. On a safari, you usually go super slow, and right now we're going, well, like 30 kilometers per hour, which is already pretty fast. And that's to try to get to the place they told him about and see what we find. We saw the lion, we saw the lion. I can't believe it. The lion on the first safari. I knew it, Simba, Simba. It's near the watering hole now. We're getting a little closer. Let's see if we can get it on camera. The lion. My friends, what a find we just had. I think it's the most epic one I've ever had with a lion. In the 3 years I've been going on safari across the more than 30 safaris I've done, wow, I mean, two males and two females. Again, I don't know. Or boom, or no, a boom. Wow. 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 Two males, two females, one female eating, the males playing. Let's listen to the roar there. No. No. How exciting, Pumba. How exciting. And I'm sure that what I'm showing you, these images and the feeling, it's not the same. We had them less than 10 meters away. Literally, less than 10 meters away. That. What a thrill. Wow. Look. Our guide is going to tell us a little bit about his culture, which is Zulu. So you're telling me about a man can have more than one wife, right? Yes.
Yeah, a man in our culture, in our Zulu culture, a man can have more than one wife. That's a part of our culture. But to have just the first wife that you have to pay 11 cows. To whom? To the parents of your girlfriend, okay, before you can be married, okay? So you pay 11 cows, but you negotiate. If you don't have cows, maybe you have money. Okay, you can pay money, but the cost of a cow now is approximately 10,000 each cow, 10,000 rands, 10,000 rands. So if you want to pay money, you can pay like 110,000 rands for your girlfriend before you can be married to her.
Okay. Yes. And if you want to have a second one, you need to pay another 11 cows, 110,000.
Another 11 cows. So you will end up paying 22 cows. Wow. And if you need a third one, it's going to be 33 cows. And the fourth, 44? Yeah, 44.
How many wives do you have?
Unfortunately, I've got one.
Hope your wife doesn't see this, right? I
Don't have many cows, so that's why I decided to take one.
Yeah, I
Don't need many, yeah, many times.
and seriously now, did you have to pay 11 cows for your wife, or is that a tradition that's just left in the past?
It's a tradition. I already paid it.
You paid it? Yeah.
Yeah, I already got married to my wife, but
You actually had to pay the 11 cows?
I already paid. I sent the cows to the family, and then we had the wedding. Okay, yes, so yeah. So, but it took me 7 years to pay for those 11 cows.
Wow, 7 years. And I have a question. Yeah.
Like, did you propose to her first?
Propose to her first? Yeah, then okay.
Okay. When she says okay, okay, okay. And then from there, you can you can negotiate with the family. Okay, okay, okay.
First, she needs to agree. Yes, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, awesome.
Thank you.
I hope you find another 11 cows. No, no, joking, joking, joking. We arrived at the place where we're going to have some drinks, some coffee, some tea. And we have about 10 hippos in front of us. Usually, hippos are in the water during the day and come out at night. But it's not very safe to be wandering around the area when they're out of the water. In fact, if they get close, you have to get in the car and drive away quickly because, contrary to what you might think, hippos can go over 40 kilometers per hour. I mean, they're super, super fast. So, they're one of the most dangerous animals in all of Africa. Yes. And they're very beautiful. Look, they're pretty far away right now, but you have to have a lot of respect for them. After 3 hours on safari, we've arrived at the place where we're going to have breakfast. Look, here they all are. Yum. Over here we have eggs. Over here we have some croissants and some skewers with cheese and sausage and some fruit. Nuggets, muffins, coffee. There's a special coffee here with amarula. You should try it. It's good. We're watching elephants up close. Look, there they are. We have to be very, very quiet because elephants are the most territorial animals. That's why it's very, very calm. Right now it went in there among the bushes. It's 11:30 in the morning and we're heading back to the lodge. Normally safaris last 3 hours, but today's lasted 5.5 hours because it has been incredible. And look at how the first of at least 4 or 5 safaris we're going to do says goodbye to us with a little Pumbaa. Because as the guys say, Hakuna Matata, ha ha ha, that means no worries in their language. The language of the natives here, right? No problem. Don't worry, don't stress. So now you know Hakuna Matata. We arrived at the lodge and here they have some towels for us. Are there any apologies? After such a long journey, it's nice to clean your face a little because of all the dust. What a wonderful experience, really. What an adventure. Anna, how was your first safari? We saw elephants, lions, giraffes. Ha 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 ha. She's satisfied for us. Gabby, how are you?
I cried. It's inexplicable, right?
Beautiful.
Beautiful, hahaha.
Gabby, tell us, where do you live? What do you do for work? Where are you from?
I'm from Venezuela. I live in Argentina, and I've been working as a programmer for 5 years. But anyway, it's fine. I began working in a restaurant from scratch after leaving Venezuela without a degree or anything. And being here today is a dream come true for me. So thank you, ha ha ha. That
Beautiful, so beautiful. Thank you, travelers. Now we came back to the lodge, had lunch, and we're doing a very typical ranger activity here in South Africa. And it's spitting dung. Just like you heard it, plain and simple, no sugarcoating. Basically, you grab little pieces or, well, little balls of impala poop, which are those spectacular little deer. Then they put it in their mouth, they get it all wet with saliva and spit it out, and they get it wet with saliva because it's so light that it wouldn't fly very far otherwise. So with saliva, it gets a bit heavier, so to speak. It's not going to go through, but what about it? Who has already done it? What does it taste like? Grass. Like grass? It's good, right? It didn't taste like anything. Look, let me tell you with all due respect that you are a bunch of eaters. Delighted with a pair of elephants that are look pretty close to the other car. Explain this to me, zebras, wildebeest, but it seems to me, look at how many there are here. Look, wow. Wow. What a spectacular day. Really impressive. Tonight's dinner is ostrich steak. I can't even begin to explain how good it is. This really, I'm so sorry, ostrich, but it's really delicious. With that intense rainbow in the background, we welcome you to a new day of safaris. Yesterday we had a spectacular day. I mean, even the rain gave us an afternoon of lightning that I never would have imagined seeing here. Horizontal lightning that I had only seen in Catatumbo. And the best part is that we saw one that made a heart in the sky. I mean, really. Truly, it was inexplicable. This group has been wonderful, just wonderful. And I think that in nature, good vibes and energy show themselves by letting us see animals, by giving us these shows like this super bright, really vibrant rainbow. And well, I also want to take this opportunity to wish Angelica a happy birthday.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you. How are you, Angelica?
Super, super, super happy to thank you all.
Tell us a little bit about where you live, what you do for work, and how you decided to come on this trip.
Yes, how? Well, yes, I got bitten by the travel bug again about 3 or 4 years ago, and well, I picked it up again. Yes, I live in Caracas and I work for an insurance company.
Well, thank you, Angelica, for giving yourself the chance to come. Also, she came alone without her family. She's an incredible traveler. Thank you all. I hope you have an amazing time and that nature shows us lots of animals today. We just saw another lioness. I don't know if you can see her. She's over there. Let's see if we get a chance to catch a glimpse of her.
Even though the bush
It's
a little high and
it complicates things. Okay, I can explain to you.
how close we are to the lions. Really, I can't explain how close we are to the lions. Look at this, look at this. I mean, they're literally less than 6 or 7 meters away, and over there we have 13 lions around us. There are 3 in front of me, and the rest are walking to the right. I can't even stretch out my arm to show you because obviously we're way too close, and one of the rules is not to stick your arms out of the car. They see us as a group, which keeps them away. But if anyone stands up, sticks out an arm, or moves suddenly, that could change.
How about you?
Look, between yesterday and the elephant from yesterday, and this, it was like what happens.
Didn't you already tell the elephant story?
No, and you have to tell it with gestures. I need to have a little coffee so I can have the energy to tell it because it was crazy. But this thing about the lions.
13 lions.
At first there were about 5 and now, look, there are 5. We saw them in the distance from our car and asked me, how did you do it?
Ask me how.
And then they started coming out one by one and now there are 7, now there are 8, now there are 9. Until there were 13 lions in total? Wow. There were 11 lionesses and 2 male lions. Wow.
That's crazy, isn't it?
It's incredible how close we were to them. The time we spent with them was beautiful. First time. That's crazy. The truth is, we're surrounded by so many lions.
It was amazing, and we were about to have our coffee break, but it started to rain. And rather than be uncomfortable, it's better to head back. It's the same for everyone. We have ponchos and all, but we're going to look for some shelter so we can be more comfortable. How are you, Aitana?
Everything's amazing, right? We just saw 13 lions, I mean.
It couldn't be better. Tell us a bit. You're Venezuelan, but where do you live and what do you do?
I live in Australia, I'm a teacher, and this is the first of many trips with Dos Locos.
Oh, how lovely, how lovely. Thank you. It's so nice that this tour was so diverse in terms of where the Venezuelans and Colombians who also joined are based. I'll introduce them to you soon. But only 3 out of the 10 live in Venezuela. And the others, well, we've already met Angelica, who's in Venezuela, Aitana, who's in Australia, and Gabriela, who's in Argentina. Soon I'll introduce you to the others so you can see how beautiful it is to come together, Latinos in general, in one place with the same goal, which is to enjoy life, to venture into the African savannas, and well, to have unforgettable experiences. We wanted adventure, well, we got adventure. Look, we got stuck, well, really stuck. But the ground was super slippery, the mud got intense, and one of the tires wasn't engaging the 4x4 right now. He's trying to fix it with a little rock. Well, these are the crazy tours, aren't they? It's okay, man. Otherwise, stay home. If you want to visit Africa, be ready for adventure.
They're already throwing it from now, look.
That means they're throwing them now. Woo! Right.
Oh, really?
Oh! We're crazy about traveling here. Thank you for that gift. No offense, Angelica, but this birthday is hard to beat. You hear me? It's tough. I'm telling you. We came back to the lodge for breakfast and I want to take this opportunity to show you this beautiful deck they have. It's nice. Right now it's a little wet because it rained a bit. But if you come in the summer, which is not the European summer of course, here it's winter, but if you come in the summer you can take a dip because it's hot. We even said if the sun comes out, we'll jump in. Last year we did it when it was colder, so this year, why not do it with a bit more warmth? But with rain, it just doesn't work. Every time the impressive. On our 4th safari across the river, we found about 20 elephants. Some of them look red because they've been rolling in the mud and others are a bit grayer. But anyway, let's watch them from here. One of the things that impresses me the most about Zulu, the language spoken around here, is the sound they make with their tongue and palate. There are some words that have that particular sound, so I'm going to ask my guide about them.
I'm impressed by the sound they make with their tongue when speaking.
The palate?
There are words that have that particular sound. I'll ask my guide. One of the things that impresses me most is how they speak with the tongue and the palate. It's one of the most beautiful things. And what else? Elephants. I'm impressed by the language, its sounds, and the way they use the tongue and palate.
We always give our groups a nickname, and without a doubt this one is called Abundance because we've had nothing but abundance. Or herds. We've cried a lot, we've laughed, we've seen too many animals, we've been amazed, we've had heavy rain. In fact, I just heard some thunder. And honestly, I'm very grateful not only, well, the palos de agua, de hecho acabo de escuchar the things that have made us very grateful, not only, well, for everything we've been given. The language is impressive, the sounds shape our palate, and you must ask to truly discover this continent with us for the first time. So, everyone watching who wants to fulfill the dream of experiencing Africa with us for the first time, there will be more trips. We'll include a form in this video's description for you to fill out. More trips coming soon. Check the description for the form, where you can, I'm impressed by the language we use to see if it's spoken and to ask cuando tengamos fechas nuevas. Let this be the first of many more crazy trips together.
We are going to share with you a piece of our culture, of Zulu culture.
Happy birthday. No, we were happy birthday. Today there were tears, big time. Seriously, what a day, what incredible moments we've had today. Wow, wow, and this is literally just getting started. We're halfway through the guided trip to our favorite destination we've ever taken people to, which of course is South Africa, and wow, wow. It's only halfway through. How about that Zulu dance?
Look, honestly, this trip has been full of emotions at every moment, and that dance, I said it from the beginning, as soon as I started to hear them, I started to cry. I'm someone who cries easily. People who know me may not say it, but honestly, it was so exciting and emotional that all I wanted to do when they finished was stand up and applaud as if they'd put on a spectacular show.
Tell me a little bit about yourselves, like where do you live, what do you do for work, when did you leave Venezuela? Well,
We left Venezuela. I left in 2018, first for Argentina, and almost 5 years ago we moved to Sweden. I work as a programmer for Klarna.
And I left in 2019. We've been together since 2019. From Venezuela, then I went to Argentina, then from Argentina, obviously, we went together to Sweden. And, well, I've done a bit of everything, a little bit, but right now I'm a freelance programmer.
how wonderful. And how's life in Sweden?
I love it, honestly, it's total peace. It makes me laugh because some people ask me, but honestly, don't you get bored in Sweden? And I'm like, I've already lived in Venezuela, I've already lived in Argentina, I want peace. If I want to look for adventure, I do this.
So,
The truth is, yes, I am one of those who absolutely loves the weather in Sweden because summer, honestly, after spending time in Argentina, I hate the heat. And summer in Sweden is the best. It's wonderful. It's a really spectacular country. And also, of course, you'll find very different opinions, but in our experience, the Swedes have treated us excellently.
and tell me, what better way to end this day of safaris than by trying traditional Zulu food, which they're making over there? By the campfire, I don't know if you can see those pots. I'm going to get my phone to shine a little light and show you. Look, 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 look. And of course, we brought our own harina pan and we're making arepas. Today we're going to make arepas. Makongo, Makongo, Ninissim, Africa.
Thank you.
Thank you. So that's impala meat. Yes, that's impala meat. Let me know your first impressions. Okay. Very good.
Very fresh. Fantastic.
Fantastic. Ha, ah, ah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. No. Merry Christmas.
Go, but well.
Well. Ah.
Woohoo.
Yeah. The adventures never end. And just like yesterday, after we finished the safaris, we drove again to Johannesburg and flew to Cape Town. Look at this spectacular city. And I think it's my favorite city in the world. I mean, it's right up there with Rio de Janeiro, but honestly, I'm just such a huge fan. We were just at the Table Mountain Aerial Cableway. It's a cable car that takes you up to one of the 7 natural wonders of the world, which is this plateau called Table Mountain. It's like that, with a pretty flat top, just like the tepuis in our country. And it's a spectacle. We'll show it to you from above. But I think the most impressive thing about all this is the views of the city. Let's go! Let's go! We've had such wonderful weather that it seems unreal. I mean, really, we've never had spectacular weather every single day the way we've had with this group. The tour isn't over yet. There are still 2 days left, but I can say that this has been a perfect trip. I mean, 10 out of 10. And well, just so you know, this plateau, so to speak, this tepui, is quite accessible to tourists. In fact, it has, well, a cable car, some walkways. But in front, there's another one that we're going to climb tomorrow called Lion's Head. And that one is rustic, that one is natural, it doesn't have anything at all. Other than some little stairs for people to climb. And I like it more because obviously it's very natural. However, I must clarify that this is so well organized that the people and the tourism don't really bother you, even though there are quite a lot of people. It doesn't feel so crowded. It's very well controlled and they obviously have limited daily access. Look how beautiful it is. Here are the people. And you can see I'm the only one talking. People are just contemplating. They're enjoying themselves. Look at this beauty. Cape Town looms in the background. You can't see Lion's Head from here because it's just over there. The mountain we're going to climb tomorrow. But look at this beauty. Now you can see Lion's Head in the background. From here it looks tiny, but honestly the climb is great. Really great, really great. I'm not sure if you can see it way off in the distance. That's an island where the prison is located, where Nelson Mandela spent 18 of the 27 years he was in prison. And well, we had that chance to visit it. But honestly, the experience is not recommended. It's very boring. And the tour is pretty short. They rarely mention Nelson Mandela and focus on other prisoners instead. I'm not sure if they're trying to downplay his story. Or maybe it's simply because there are prisoners who were with Nelson Mandela and they give the speech. So obviously they focus their whole talk on their own story and not on Nelson's.
Guys, we've arrived at our second stop of the day, Atlantis Dune. And here we put on helmets because we're going to ride four-wheelers on the dunes. It's amazing. We came here for the first time last year and we said we have to include them in future trips. And here we are already. Look at the sand. It's super white, really soft. But I still need a jacket because it's so cold. It feels like the beach. But don't get confused. stop of the day. We came to ride segways at a vineyard and then we're going to have a wine tasting. This is super fun. The weather is on our side, and the cool thing about this activity is that we get to practice. So you don't have to know how to do it. You don't have to have done it before. Here you'll learn how to do it.
What a beautiful activity. Plus, this vineyard called Spear is super picturesque. Look, people come here to have picnics, to enjoy a bottle of wine. Look at that couple over there. There's a lake around here. How lovely.
The morning started by climbing Lion's Head to watch the sunrise from the top. Emma didn't come for this hike because her body was telling her to stop, and I decided to guide and take care of the group with full attention. That's why all the images you see are from our previous trips to this spectacular mountain.
My friends, our next stop on this tour is Boulders Beach, where we can get this close to the African penguins. Did you know that there are penguins in South Africa? Well, before coming to this country, we never imagined it, but yes, there are a lot here. Of course, they are well protected. And there's a very special beach called Boulders Beach where you can come and walk along this pathway. So beautiful. Look at the little beach over there in the distance. And, well, you can find yourself surrounded by a bunch of penguins. Over there we only saw 3, but look. Keep watching. I'm not cutting the video here. Look at that beauty. Over there, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, there are like 30. Or more? No, there must be 30. There are like 50. Look how many there are. How are you, Vane? Tell me a little bit. Venezuelan, of course. Where do you live? I live in Chile. What do you do for work?
I work in package logistics. Everything delivered to your home.
Okay. And how did you find out about this trip? How did you decide to come to South Africa with us? I'll continue.
For a while now, I've really wanted to push myself, do different things, do fun, crazy things. I wanted to attend the one in Finland, but couldn't. So I signed up for the South Africa trip as soon as it was announced.
You signed up for Namibia as well as South Africa?
And I also signed up for Namibia, that's right.
Congratulations.
Bani.
Thank you. Look, one of our favorite tourists, really, you're awesome. Thank you for coming. Thank you all. Also, it's amazing that you decided to come on your own. And well, for Finland next year.
Yeah, I'm up for all of them. Anywhere, wherever.
How about the little penguins? Look at how many there are. No, hundreds of penguins, literally. We left Boulders Beach and we were heading to our last stop, the last activity of this tour. And about 20 or 30 baboons crossed our path. We had managed to see them, but just a little bit during the safari because they ran by for just a few seconds. We couldn't observe or photograph them. And here we stopped to take photos and videos. We saw babies, adults, they posed for us. We got to watch them. I mean, it was a spectacle. And this was on our way out of Boulders Beach. How beautiful this trip has been, so full of experiences. And South Africa once again never stops surprising us. Look at how nicely they welcome us here. Welcome, Emmanuel and friends. We're going to do a little e-bike tour. Electric bikes around Cape Point. A place that is a nature reserve where, well, The landscapes are spectacular. The wildlife, you already saw what was on the way, of course. They're also around here. Hopefully we'll have a close encounter with a baboon and see what surprises nature has in store for us. While they're giving us a little lesson on how to operate the electric bikes. This is also like a petting farm, and look, you can come and pet the piglets. I saw some peacocks over there, and look, there's a donkey. I don't know if you can see it back there. What a beautiful place, really. Okay, the route has started, and these are electric bikes that feel like cheating because not only do they help you while you pedal, but they also have a button here, and if you don't want to pedal, you can accelerate here and they go really fast. I mean, they literally go really fast. You can just stay still without pedaling and still enjoy the ride. This feels more like a motorcycle than a bicycle. This is an activity we're trying for the first time on our third guided trip to South Africa, and we might include it in future tours because it's really epic and we're just getting started. Let's see how the route goes. We'll decide in the end. Let's go. We made a quick stop to catch a funicular. Wow. Wow, look at these cliffs. Oof, 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 oof. No, really, this place is beautiful, no doubt about it. Next year we'll include it. On the tour? Now we're going to the southernmost point of the entire African continent. It's called the Cape of Good Hope, and it's inside this park called Cape Point. Over here, honestly, the bike ride has been amazing, super stable. Look, they practically ride themselves and the group loved it. There goes another part of the group. This is crazy. Ostriches in the middle of the road. Wow. Okay, I can't believe we're riding bikes. Look, and the ostriches over there. Racing with the ostriches. We're literally racing with the ostriches. Wow. What a crazy moment. We literally had ostriches running at full speed right next to the road. It was something really epic. I mean, it's possibly a once-in-a-lifetime experience. But anyway, we finally arrived now. At the Cape of Good Hope, look, the most southwestern point, the furthest southwest of the entire African continent. The waves here don't play around. In case you thought we hadn't seen enough, just a few now. To end this day and this tour, we came to the Victoria and Alfred waterfront. For people who have been to Miami, I would say this is like the Bayside of South Africa. Look! After 8 days experiencing one of the most wonderful encounters that nature has given us, enjoying a country that never ceases to surprise us and that we dream of bringing many more travelers to, we must continue because a new destination awaits us.
This is how this long-dreamed journey comes to an end, with 10 crazy people who trusted us to live an adventure that rarely happens in life. But this won't be all. 7 of them, along with 7 more, will join us to explore Namibia, the neighboring country that hides completely different places, which rather than competing with South Africa, it complements it. And even though we're showing you just a little bit of what we experienced here, in the next video, you'll be delighted by the wonders we'll explore on our next guided trip.
Subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on notifications so YouTube lets you know every time we have a new video. And fill out the form we left in the description if you want to join us on our next guided trip with this pair from Locos de Viaje.